Okay. I am very glad that the first thing that you hear is not my cat playing with this piece of plastic that they seem to have found. But he is going to be very annoying with a piece of plastic that he seems to have found, because I don't know where he got it from. And at least he's having fun, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So we are hopefully going to be finishing the game that I have forgotten the name of, Contemporary Gods. Puck, what are you doing, baby? Okay, but hopefully we are going to finish that for realsies tonight. Because, holy crap, it's been a long time. I did not think that this game would be this long, but it seems to be very long. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, I don't remember where we left off, honestly, because it's been a hot minute. And why isn't this working? Come on, click. But hopefully we are gonna save the world, or whatever the heck our plan was. Okay, oh right, everyone left us because they realized our plan was bad. It was bad and dumb, and that we're bad and dumb. So maybe I don't know if maybe we got a bad ending because we somehow fucked up, or if this is just how the plot line goes and everything will resolve somehow, but I guess we'll find out. No use wondering, we'll just do it. I've come so far, but I'm just left alone again. I could have just stayed on my little planet in Empyrea's realm and never humiliated myself like that. And never met my new friends. Aww. Aw, they're sad. They're sad that they have friends, but that their friends all suck. I'm just one god. Who am I to tell them what to do? But someone clearly should have told them a long time ago. What if they want is to drive the world to ruin? If what they want is to drive the world to ruin, someone should have stepped up. It shouldn't have fallen to me. But I'm the only one who did. Why are my feelings not valid? I don't know what to do next. I can't go back to my planet, can I? I left Empyrea's realm a hero, savior of the world. I can't go back a failure. I don't want to just go back and wait for the world to get worse either. I need to come up with a better plan, something concrete, something that'll actually help people. If it's even possible. Was all of that just a dream? Was I really just chasing a fantasy, desperate to make it real? I've woken up now. What do I have left? I can't save humans, so what I want is... I mean, really, I kind of want to do all of these things, because all of them would... all of them have kind of valid things. Like, they're like, I don't think that you should just control us, because that's really what our plan initially consisted of, even if that's not what we meant for it to be. They were the one I was most interested in to begin with, but then I really like her. But her voice will destroy my throat, and I still have to figure out a voice for them, so maybe we'll do that if we go there. Of course, maybe that will put us on a romance path that's different than the one I think that we were on. I don't know. I don't know if there even is romance. Why can't I get them out of my head? What Mania said was devastating. I should hate them. But I just keep going back to what they said before I left, that I didn't understand what humans needed. It doesn't make sense. They need a world that isn't falling apart, and it'll take a colossal effort to get there. That's why they all need to get over their differences. Am I wrong? Or is Mania really selfish enough to doom all of humanity just to protect their pride? I don't know which one is worse. Oh yeah, we're back at Applebee's. I don't see Mania when I go back to the bar. Taking a seat against the wall, I look out at all the sprightly patrons. Why did I even come here? What am I hoping for? I wonder if the gods collected here all think like Mania does. Would they choose their freedom over the well-being of the world? I feel like anyone would, at least in some aspects, you know? Like not all the... Like, if you had to give up a few things in order to save the world, it's like, yeah, okay. But if you have to be 100%, like, conformity, like, thoughtless, then, like, no. You know, that's why all the angels rebelled against God. Because they were like, we want to think for ourselves like humans do. And God was like, A god sitting at the table at the next table over pulls a murky drink out of the air and sits and downs it in one fluid. To wild cheers, it attracts the attention of a goddess who wheels herself over to start a conversation. They seem happy. The atmosphere is a departure from everything I had gone through with Mesmeri, Lucrin, and Mania. In the time I'd known them, the four of us had only fought. I can't imagine them just hanging out like this. Is it because they're gods, like Mania said? Everyone here is weaker than me. But they aren't actually human. I don't understand what I'm supposed to learn here. No one approaches the staircase to the upper level. No one seems to be guarding it, either. I wonder if Mania is still up there. Hesitantly, I approach the stairs. For some inexplicable reason, it feels like I'm doing something wrong, but nobody stops me. Ooh, we are gonna trespass. The second my foot touches the top stair, the walls of the bar disappear, and I step onto soft grass. Ooh, pretty. Everywhere else in Mania's realm feels alive and thriving. But here, the grass doesn't move, doesn't rustle in the wind. The air is still. In the center of the garden is a glassy pond, the surface of the water opalescent under bright sunlight. What is this? Am I outside now? Mania sits on the edge of a little stone outcropping, peering over the water. They don't stir when I walk about, even though my footsteps are the only noise here. The air is so silent, I almost think I'm imagining the sound. Mania, is this? Freedom, you're home. Oh, I feel like we just got real sad. What do you see? It looks like a garden. It looks lovely. Mania makes a strange expression. Really? Do you not think so? It is lovely. Most people see this space differently. It takes the shape of a place that brings you the most comfort. If you can see its original form, maybe you've never experienced comfort before. This garden is the home of this realm, its true form. It's so different from the rest of it. It doesn't seem very human. You think so? Taking care of the environment, growing plants, and caring for something other than yourself? If humans naturally did that, I wouldn't be here, would I? I mean, some people do. A lot of people do, actually. People love gardens. Haha, maybe so. Maybe humans have moved on from this place. But where else but from the weeds would humanity have sprung from? I sit next to Mania. The garden looks too perfect, like a timeless portrait, but the grass under my palms is real. This close to it, I can hear the gentle motion of the water as it circulates around the pond. Child, what are you doing? Both of the cats are just in the shit. This is awkward. I don't know what I should say. I barely even know why I came here. If the silence bothers Mania, though, they don't show it. Look. They point to the opposite end of the pond, where a long, thin creature idly winds its way across the walkway. Is that a snake? Mania makes an affirmative noise. My brother. Do you have lots of those? Mm-hmm. The complexities of humanity are unfathomable and endless. Oh. In a way, this garden makes sense. Nothing disturbs the surface of the water. At the same time, I can't see the bottom of the pond either. Mania, I'm sorry. I want to understand humans. I want to know what they want and what they need. Why are you apologizing for that? Because I think I didn't care before. I thought that if all those wants led to a more conflicted world, then humans needed to let go of their negative feelings. But things are more complicated than that in the human world, huh? Few things more so. Do you know that it is very difficult for humans to go their whole life without hurting someone? Some might even say impossible. Because you can accidentally do it? Because some things that are necessary in order to protect or heal you still end up hurting others. You don't have to apologize to me. I wasn't going to. I'm not sorry for what I said, but I do regret that it hurt you. Why didn't you tell me all of that? Everything you said about unity and identity. Why didn't you tell me at the beginning? Mania shrugs and looks back at the pond. Do you think it was because you also desire peace? You wanted to see if it was possible? Who knows? Look. They gesture to the water this time. When I look down, I finally see what Mania has been watching. This is the human world. I know it in an instant. I don't know how. I've never seen it before, not even in dreams. It doesn't look a lot like the godly realms, but at the same time, I can see the tethers that bind our worlds. I recognize trees, birds, skyscrapers, stars, beaches, but there are also strange, wheeled machines hurtling everywhere. There are giant buildings whose sole purpose is churning out millions, billions of identical items. There are 8 billion people in motion. They don't look like the gods here. Each of Mania's gods is distinct and memorable. They exist in spite of each other. Humans, though, they're almost indistinguishable. They have minor differences in appearance, some slightly more pronounced than others, but they rotate through the same locations day after day. They go into buildings to remain stationary inside of them. What are they doing? Their best. Aww. And that's all any of us are doing. This is what you meant by humans wanting to make an identity, because being exactly the same as everyone else is frightening. Some people think so, some people don't. It wasn't my place to tell you what to do, what was possible or impossible. For some people, that identity is more important than unity. Others might give up anything in their power to cross these divides. You say that a lot, that humans are different. One person making their choice might be laudable, while another person making that choice is reprehensible. That is the complexity of the human existence, and it makes identity powerful. The choice is negligible, but that humans get to choose. Then unity is impossible. Even as I say the words, I can't bring myself to believe them. Tearing my eyes away from the water, I look to Mania. Right? If we must hurt one person to help another, then the only thing we can do is choose who needs our help most. That's something you have to decide. You are unity. But there's no place for me here. Yet here you are. The intensity of Mania's scrutiny is unnerving. I don't know what they see when they look at me. You called me cruel. for demanding that Mesmeri and Lucren change when I had no intention to. If I had to go back, I might have chosen my words more carefully. But you were right. If you hadn't been there, maybe I would have forced them to become what I wanted them to be, without actually knowing anything about what humans need. I never want to do that. I don't want to hurt people. Well, chin up. I was there, so there's no point in dwelling in what-ifs. I don't want to give up on helping people, and if I can't do that as unity, that does mean I have to change. Why can't you help anyone as unity? You're the one who said that. I didn't. I still have no idea what Mania is thinking. You should see the look on your face. All I said is that unity won't help everyone, but you can still make a difference. You touched Mesmeri and Lucren. You made them want to be better. That's something no one has done. But it didn't work on you. You touched me, can't you tell? How could I? Mania laughs again. The sound of it drives out all the ambient noise in the garden for one breathless instant. Lucren said I don't make time for just anyone, didn't he? Gods don't usually try to make change outside of their domains. It's been a long time since one of us cared enough to. Here. I jump when I feel Mania's hand on mine, but they don't let me pull away. Carefully, they interlock each of our fingers. Aw, yeah. Does this feel like unity? No. Aw. Mania chuckles. I feel the tremble of it through our fingers more than I hear it this time. You can change, if you want, but it's not a bad thing to just be what you are. Sure, but I never want to be complacent. I want to do as much as I can, even if my dream is impossible. That's what gods do. We want. But nothing in the world is coveted by every person. You're still new to this. Eventually you'll discover where you can help and where to let go. I don't think I ever will. Oh? Humans are complex. I see that now, but I don't want to ever give up on helping all of them. If that's your decision right now, that's fine. But you're secretly judging me, aren't you? Where's the fun in doing it secretly when I can do it out in the open? Are you sure you won't be disappointed if your efforts are all in vain? If it turns out that way, then so be it. I can be satisfied that I did everything I could. I can't say I understand that. Remember when I asked you what purpose you could serve without a real domain? Yes, that was mean. I suppose it was. But I think I can see the reason now. You deserve to be the deity of unity. Thanks. That means a lot, coming from you. Mania hums. What are you going to do now? I want to go talk to everyone again. Will you come with me? Sure, but I don't know what this will achieve. You think you can wrangle up a new committee, not devoted to unity, but to, I don't know, general world betterment? No, not right now. I just want them to know what my decision is. Well then. Mania draws away from me so they can stand up to brush non-existent dirt off their pants. Let's go. This garden is the core of Mania's realm, their heart. It's like a breath of fresh air in all the turmoil of the world. But humans need more than just peace to survive. Before we go, can I redo my apology to you? I don't mind. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I didn't understand humans before, but you were wrong too. Baby, this is a shit apology. That's a terrible apology. Thank you. Because there is one thing everyone covets. Hope. We hope that things will be better tomorrow. Maybe you're right. Aw. This is really cute. actually do kind of want to go back at some point. I don't know if I'll do it live, but I kind of want to see what happens if you go to everywhere else first, too. Maybe you'll get secrets. Mania and I head back to the Common Realm, a world that we gods once shared, now only a hollowed husk of its former glory. Maybe this is supposed to be the place that, like, we domain over, because this is supposed to be, like, the shared ground, but now it's all fucked up. I haven't given up on restoring this place, even if it isn't meant to be a realm for me. Oh, I guess we already thought that. I don't remember if we already had that thought in game. You guys, what are you doing here?
I caught up on all my notifications, but I was still worried about you, Yoon. You said we're friends now, and friends check up on each other, so...
I don't know how to make that face with my mouth.
IDKY Richie Rich over here came, woman gesturing no. I thought you didn't have feelings, Lulu.
Well, I've just been reminded why I didn't want to come. I don't know why I thought to come here. Because you've been touched. Whether you like it or not, you're different than before.
Wait, why are you here with Mania?
I wanted to clear my head, and they helped me. They touched you. I still don't know how to say that with my mouth.
It's not like that.
You stop that too. Whatever the reason, I'm glad you all came. I have something I need to say. First, I'm sorry I couldn't hold this group together.
Yoon, you don't need to apologize for that.
I do, because if I were a better unity, maybe this world wouldn't need saving.
That isn't your fault. If anything, we're to blame.
Mesmeri, I blamed you for putting up those walls in your domain, insulating people, separating them. I said that was a poor response to people fighting each other. I was wrong to criticize you for that, when I didn't know for sure what the right response was. You did what you could when you were suffering. I wish I had understood that earlier.
I wish I had understood that too. You opened my eyes, Yoon. No matter what, I will always know that to be true.
Thanks, Mesmeri. You changed me forever too. I swallow before continuing. Lucren, I made you remember a lot of painful memories. I promised you that I wouldn't let any of that hurt you again. My voice trembles and breaks. Mesmeri makes an aborted movement, like she wants to come to my side, but Lucren stops her with a sharp glance. After making sure she won't interrupt me, Lucren meets my eyes. It's okay, go on. I'm sorry that I let you down. I'm sorry I dismissed your pain and I didn't know what I was asking you to do. I'm not a helpless godling that needs you to protect me. What are you doing, kid? What are you doing, little boy? You're being very naughty. I know, but I tried anyway, and I'm sorry. I need to apologize to you too, Mania. Yoon. You were right, and I wish it hadn't taken that argument for me to get that. These apologies aren't necessary. We understand, Yoon.
And look, you did so well, young Padawan. Lulu is chill now.
I don't think he's really that chill, honey. No, I do need to apologize, especially to Mania, because I've made my decision, and I have another request for you all. You might think it's selfish of me, but if you would let me...
Are we gonna try again?
I'm not in the habit of trying the same thing over and over if it's already failed.
We'll try something different this time.
No, I've decided I don't want to change my mind.
Is that okay? I'll support you, of course, but...
Mesmeri glances warily at Mania. Why are you looking at me like I'm about to attack?
Well, are you?
I have said before, Yoon is free to do as they wish. I've put a lot of thought into everything that I've done and what I've learned. I don't want to talk over you all. I don't want to push aside any concerns or reservations you have in the name of unity. But I still believe in it. A world where humans care for each other, care for their planet, a world where they can see a brighter tomorrow ahead of them. I know it's a dream, but I choose to dream it.
Oof, I felt that. I believe in it too. I want to see that future.
Ms. Miri, you don't have to.
I want to, Yoon.
I know, but I want you to figure out your own dreams. If your vision of a bright future includes unity, I'm honored. But it needs to be because you believe in it, not because you want to please me. We can disagree, we can argue, we can teach each other things and grow from it. That's why I wanted to ask all of you to walk this road with me again. Even if we aren't walking together, my request is this. Please don't let anything I've done convince you that the future isn't worth fighting for. That's a tough ask. I just can't force myself to believe. The chances are next to zero. I say the words just as Lucren does, which visibly catches him by surprise. I know, but even if it's 8 billion to 1, please believe in it. You must know those are bad odds. I smile weakly. What do we have to lose?
Oh, come on, Lulu. You don't have to play tough anymore. You came here to support Yoon too.
Don't lump me in with you. I don't believe in this dream. But I will watch, though. It could be that you change my mind again. Thanks, Lucren. Mania, I know it's a lot to ask after everything. You truly don't give up. I wouldn't be Unity if I could. I don't know a lot about all the issues threatening the world, but I've learned a lot since I met you guys, and I'll continue learning and do all that I can. It seems the problems on Earth are humble even to the gods. Healing it will take, I don't know, at least the same amount of effort on our end, if not greater. I can't give up. I choose not to abandon anyone. That's what unity means to me. I see. You have grown. At the very least, I can respect that you have the courage to ask us again. It's a shame that it's impossible to save everyone. You almost make me wish that it wasn't, though.
Mania.
Ms. Miri lurches forward, grabbing Mania and me by the wrists and pulling us toward Lucren. Oh, we're gonna do a group hug! Yes! Oh.
Group hug!
No group hug.
This is a big moment for us. Maybe our first moment ever.
Our first moment as besties. Oh. Group hug. Yep, we're gonna make him. Aw, please. Absolutely not.
Looks like growing a heart didn't make Lulu any less lame.
It won't be enough with just the 4 of us, though. Even with the size of Mania's domain, there's a lot of other gods out there, too. Even Imperia isn't faultless. Or should I say, especially Imperia. Yeah, I still have a lot to learn, huh? I know, but I also believe that gods all do want to do what's best for the world. They might be difficult to work with, or hostile, and they might all believe different things. But so did the 3 of you, and now you're my best friends. Oh. Just friends.
Something did happen between you two.
No, nothing happened. You have bad taste. Green is a good color on you, Lucren. I won't even dignify that with a response.
We have to do something, Lulu. Yoon's gonna get gobbled up by something evil.
Mania's not evil, Ms. Miri. Looks like it's too late. We're getting off topic. Only because you're getting flustered.
Lol.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute. That was too adorable. I'm actually dying. Mm. Guys, this is important. I'm trying to... Oh no. Another tremor interrupts me. Lucrin and Mania drop their smiles immediately, the latter looking faintly thoughtful, with Mesmeri a beat behind.
That was the realms?
Yes. We have a lot of work to do. This might be an impossible task, and time is running out.
Even so, it's worth a try, right? I mean, I'd say the four of us standing here would be impossible, but look at us now.
You're right. We have to try. Even if the other gods don't care about the fate of the world, even if our combined powers aren't enough to save everyone. What if unity isn't the right answer, though? Then, even if you make change, it might not be for the better.
Oh my god, Mania, read the room!
We'll be here. Yoon asked us to watch them. We'll tell them. If they start to go astray, then they'll do the same for us. Yes, you watch me. I'll carve out a place for unity in this world. I'll make it so compelling a dream that gods and humans can't help but believe in it. A brilliant new world people can be proud of. And I'll become a deity worthy of them. A deity. Whether unity is the answer or not, I don't know. But humans worship it. That's why I'm here, and I never want to fail them. I see what humans worship.
I want to be worthy of them too. I want to build a social media that does bring people happiness. Something that actually heals their hurts.
Yeah?
And Lulu can try to make a domain that helps people instead of kicking them while they're down. And Mania can, IDK, take a long walk off a short pier.
Oh, don't be mean.
The most important thing is the real unity was the friends. The most important thing is that the real unity was the friends we made along the way.
Aren't you embarrassed to have said that?
No.
Let them have this, Lucrin. They have their work cut out for them from now on, but it seems they finally understand what it means to believe. Foolish. Maybe, but it wouldn't hurt to go along with it for a while, just to see how it goes. As I've said, there could be merit in sticking around.
Aw, yay, best friends. Yay! This is just the beginning for us guys.
I love how this is like a completely different style than both the main menu art and all of the art in the game. I also love how her hair looks like horns.
This is just the beginning for us guys. With all of us working together, we'll definitely win over those boring old gods who don't want anything to change, and we'll find a way for all the humans to come together and stop fighting. Oh, and stitch the realms together, fix global warming, free Britney, save the bees, end poverty and violence, nuke the nukes.
I suppose we could try to do some of those things. Keyword, try. That's alright, Lucrin. There are a lot of problems. Maybe there are even some problems we can't conceive of yet. Maybe some things don't go as we expect. What matters is that we keep trying. No matter what.
Aww.
So I guess there was not a lot to have. Aw. There was not a lot to finish when I ended off last time. I probably could have finished it. But that was super cute. That was adorable as hell. And I'm going to see. I have one of the other games. This one actually is one of the first ones. This one was in the the archive that I found that went back to about 2005. And this was one of the first games that was in the archive. So this is one of the first NaNoRenO games, if my computer will decide to load it. Okay, here we go. One of the first NaNoRenO games, on the site, they were even like, this might go down in history as the worst game. But, so, clearly they did not have a lot of faith in how their game was going to go, but I have... Ooh, what does this mean? Oh, okay, I guess that's music. We want music. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the first NaNoRenO games. It might be terrible. The creator said that it was terrible, but I believe in them, and maybe we will find more games that they made in later years. I haven't kept track of who has made what, but I'm sure maybe we'll find out. Most people would say that the life in the nature is both free and beautiful. So did I, once long ago. Most people are romantic fools who never went more than 2 days away from their home villages. But I did. Torvin Gillenor. I whirl around, the swords already out of their sheaths, cursing myself quietly. Oh my goodness. A girl, no, a young woman, maybe 20, 25, stands in a small distance in front of me. How could she get that near without me hearing her? Have I gotten that careless? Are you Torvin... Okay, so now I know it's a girl.
Are you Torvin Gillenor, the ranger of West Forest and hero of the Battle of Deerleaf?
Her voice is calm and confident, as if facing drawn blades were nothing out of the ordinary to her. Hero of the Battle of Deerleaf, I quickly suppress a grimace and muster her more carefully. Muster her more carefully? What? Her bearing is like her voice, calm and confident like a noblewoman or a princess, and her eyes looked like they had seen and understood more than a normal woman at her age would have. Yep, those sure are deep, compelling eyes. I kind of love the stick figures. I sigh quietly. Yes, I am Torvin Gillenor. And who are you, if I might ask? And for that matter, how did you get here? My name is Amatire. I watch her, calmly waiting. She answers my look wordlessly, and then finally continues. I have come to ask you to train me as a ranger. I stare at her, stunned. You have no idea what the life of a ranger is. If you did, you wouldn't want to become one. I snap angrily. I doubt that, but whether it is true or false, I want to become a ranger. I want to be a starship ranger. Living in nature is not as romantic as you might think, and a hero has almost always dead people on his shoulders. Some of the writing is a little bit off. The girl, Amatire, doesn't move or answer, and her green eyes look knowingly into mine. Alright, if she really wants to become a ranger, she will become one. Even if I do not train her, maybe I can help her stay alive. I have better things to do than teach these fools whose heads are full of romantic nonsense how they can kill themselves in the wilderness. Well, new best friend. With a fluid motion, I sheathe the blades again. If that is really your wish, all right. She smiles and lets out a small sigh. Apparently she wasn't as confident as she pretended, then bowed deeply. Thank you, Master Gillenor. A title is unnecessary. Call me Gillenor or Torvin, however you like. I tell her, irritated. Thank you, Torvin. The girl smiles and bows. And no bowing. When I command you to do something or not to do something, I expect you will follow it immediately and without arguing, because both our lives could depend on it and probably will.
I see the wisdom in your words, and I will heed them. Thank you.
That thank you was unnecessary, but at least she didn't bow this time. The last time someone bowed to me was just after we won. I quickly suppressed the memory and concentrate on my new student. Good. With that out of the way, how do you want to be called? Probably by the name that she gave you.
Amatire. After all, that is my name.
She replies quickly in a happy voice and grins. I turn around and begin to walk slowly through the snow, beckoning her to walk beside me. These transitions are fantastic. So, what do you think you already know? Which skills do you believe you are already proficient in? I try to link Davren, my mentor, when he asked me the same question of me more than 10 years ago. Oh, okay, that... Though I sound far harsher than I intended, she seems to understand it, judging by her friendly smile.
I'm skilled with the longsword and the bow, though not so much with the latter.
Looking at her stance again, I nod. She walks like someone who mastered at least the basics of the forms, though I suspect that she is no stranger to the advanced ones, too. We will see what you can do with a bow later. What about knowledge in the ways of the wilderness? She drops her gaze a little.
I don't know much.
Her tone is somewhat reluctant, sad, then she regains her spirit.
That is what I want to learn from you. I can fight, but I do not know when I should. I can protect someone with bare steel, but avoiding the danger altogether is beyond me.
Then I will teach you that, for whatever good or ill it will bring you. We both walk in silence.
There are many sayings what the purpose, the meaning of the way of the ranger is.
And you want to know which one is correct? She nods lightly. Well, probably all of them are partly right and partly wrong, because no ranger is completely like the other, and we all have different, though familiar, missions. I, for example, have dedicated my life to guarding these forests, helping and protecting both the humans and the animal who live here, and making sure none of the creatures which come from the west leave again. You mean come again? Or... Other rangers work to keep the balance in the more civilized parts, making sure that man does not oversee the needs of the nature, and nature does not kill man. Yeah, this definitely... Going from the more recent games to the first ones is wild. If you also walk in the dark, lifeless places in the far west, trying to heal what is left there, though the main mission is to act as scouts when history repeats itself. You could say that a ranger acts as a warder of both nature and man, both with the steel and the wisdom that he may never surrender to darkness.
But if one surrenders to despair, does not one also surrender to the darkness?
I freeze immediately. Why do you... Before I manage to ask my confused question, my eyes spy a movement far in front of us, towards us, fast. Wolf.
But if one surrenders to
despair, does not one also surrender to the darkness? The animal continues to charge us. A man who does not see the world with a clear mind, but lets his vision be impaired by despair, will see an enemy and a friend to be, and will not seek to live, but only to survive, and in the end he will kill that which would save him. Maybe 5 seconds till it reaches us. That's a slow-ass wolf, then. But if one surrenders to despair, does one not also surrender to the darkness? Will see an enemy and a friend to be. Defending myself against an obvious attack has nothing to do with surrendering to the darkness. She's right, I'd nearly forgotten. The wolf is not my enemy. Oh, please, let's get a new wolf friend. Let's get a wolf friend. The wolf is not my enemy. It has never been. I know it will not kill me. It still continues to run. There are always more solutions than one can normally see, blinded as we are. Our eyes meet, and I smile. At the wolf? Then the wolf passes by. Looking over my shoulder, I gaze after the animal.
"'Tis good to see you smile."
Hearing her voices, somehow sounding differently than before, I look at Amatire. She too smiled as she did before, but somehow she looked more alive, happier. And in her eyes, I jerk my head, looking forward. We should continue. We begin to walk quickly, Amatire following me without a word or question. I look into the sky, trying to clear my mind. It looks like there will be a snowstorm soon. I know she nods, though I don't look at her.
Then we should seek shelter, shouldn't we?
Her voice sounds normal again. Maybe it was just my imagination after all. Has to be. Yes, we are going to a cave, I know, not so far from here. You know, I could have sworn that I turned, music on for this, because, whoo, buddy. Why did she sound and look like her? I shake my head again.
It seems like we arrived here just in time.
Outside, the wind becomes stronger and snow begins to fall again. I nod absent-mindedly.
Any idea how long it will stay that way?
A day or two, 3 at most. We both stare into the white. We have enough food and water, so do not worry. Amatire nods lightly. Sitting there, without talking, I think about that day. First, I had been surprised by Amatire. Sorry, I'm really I shouldn't be mean. It was made in a month. It was one of their first games. Who had gotten nearly into arm's length without my notice. Then she insisted in becoming my pupil, and shortly afterwards revealed that she already knew enough about sword fighting and only wanted to learn more about the wilderness and the way of the ranger. A while later, she corrected me about one of the principles of our philosophy, about something I had forgotten. No, lost.
Pucky baby, what are you doing? Being naughty?
Suddenly, a wolf appeared, run toward me, and because of Amatire, I suddenly recognized that the threat I felt from it was made by myself. This all literally just happened. Why are we recapping it? It has literally been less than 5 minutes. And while I was still in thoughts, Amatire had talked like Sanya. And when I looked at her, I saw something in her that couldn't have been. Torvin? She prods me a little.
Would you tell me about the Battle of Deerleaf?
Amatire seems to be a little nervous. I gaze into the storm, then nod. Sure. Taking a deep breath, I collect myself and then begin to tell her about what happened little more than 1 year ago. The orcs who live beneath the mountain seldom come out of their caves, and if they do, only in small groups most of the time. Sometimes, though, they gather in a large war party, breaking out of the caves and march pillaging eastwards. That was the case in the autumn of last year, when an entire clan left their homes and began to attack settlements in the Blue Wind Forest. We were just a group of 4, Golan the mage, Rolla a warrior, and Sanya and me. I paused, trying to concentrate and suppress unwelcome memories. Maybe I shouldn't have agreed. Shaking my head, attempting to clear it, I continue with my tale. We spotted the bulk of the clan, nearly 100 warriors, marching directly toward Deerleaf, the largest village in the forest. Deciding we couldn't do anything alone, we hurried there, alarming the villagers, who then sent the people who could not fight further east. Little less than 30 stayed, determined to stop the orcs. So did we. We set ambushes and traps, fighting the way rangers fought for ages against the darkness. When the orcs finally reached the village, they lost half their strength, while we had only taken minor injuries. The following battle, well, I do not really know how I should describe it. It was as chaotic as any battle I've ever heard of. Golan threw fire in every direction, while Rolla made sure none came near to him. I struck down the king of the orcs with my blade. And after I'm just kind of making up words sometimes. After their leader died, the orcs began to panic and flee, just to cut down by arrows. I think they mean to be cut down by arrows. Around 90 orcs dies, and only 10 of us. I stop talking and gaze into the snowstorm. Feeling Amatire's questing eyes, I sigh silently and look away. Sanya was hit by an orc arrow directly through the heart while I was fighting with the king. I only heard about it afterwards. Ignoring the tears, I continue. There was nothing we could do. She was beyond our healing, so we buried her in the wilderness, as is ranger tradition. Feeling Amatire's hand on my shoulder, I cease talking, quietly looking into the darkness of the cave.
I'm sorry, Torvin.
Clearing my throat, I start to say something, but stay quiet when she retracts her hand. So that's why you reacted and tried to explain it away? Jerking my head, I stare at Amatire. How did you know that I tried to... I can sense how you feel sometimes. Can't you too? Shaken, I nod lightly. So you closed your heart because you lost Sonia, who you loved? I tried, yes, and I was wrong. You are a worthy friend. You know what? Let's get some of that stick figure action. And you were right, and I apologize. You are a worthy friend. Amatire looks at me questioningly, then nods slowly. I understand. Thank you, Torvin. I have to thank you. Without you, I would not have found the light again, or had been able to open my heart again. I doubt that. She seems to be somewhat sad, but at the same time calm and happy. The storm died down the next day. Amatire stayed with me a month while I was training her, and afterwards we parted ways, though we still sometimes meet. The years that followed were more or less peaceful, and though I was always alone, I never again despaired. And 3, Lone Wolf. Well, that one was very short. I guess we could try to get other endings in that one, but I don't want to. So, I still have one other game that I have. Oh, come on, you fucking thing. Okay, first I just gotta get it to actually run, hopefully. Okay, this one comes with music. This one is called Loveless on Lockdown. So, it's probably going to be very topical. Very on point. Because apparently just it seems like all of the games that were made this year are just really, really on their shit about current events. Let's see. Settings. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is kind of good. Music system. Oh, this has voices. Okay, that'll be good. That'll be great. Thanks. Put me out of a job. Oh, we're adorable. At least I hope this is us and that we're adorable. It's Friday evening, and I'm video conferencing with my family. We're celebrating the 2nd birthday of my nephew, Mikkel. I can't lie, I'm tearing up. I'm blaming the pandemic and all its resulting restrictions in the Philippines. Because of the COVID-19 crisis, I couldn't pay my brother and my sister-in-law any visits. I missed so many magical moments of my baby nephew growing up. As I blubber to my family about all my regrets, they only laugh and tease me. You should have landed a boyfriend before the lockdowns took effect, then you wouldn't be so lonely right now. Kuya, why do you always bully me like this? My sister-in-law backs me up, gently but firmly. She chides my brother. She tells him not to antagonize me. But of course, my mother decides at this point to ventilate her unwanted opinions. Your Kuya has a point, you know, Mara. If only you weren't so stubborn. If you had listened to me when I told you to hurry up and tie the knot, who knows? You could be in quarantine with a good husband right now. Maybe even with a child as cute as Mikkel. Ma, come on. How many times do I have to tell you? I had my reasons for ending things with Sephiroth? Plus, I don't want my own kids. Never did.
You only think you don't want kids. I thought so too. Then I met your papa. Your papa helped me understand why building a family and a home is important. Isn't that right, Pa?
Pa only grunts. When Ma is going on a tirade like this, he doesn't like to interfere. As for my sister-in-law, she also stays silent. Sure, my sister-in-law is sympathetic to my plight, but she gets that this discussion is confined to the immediate family. Though stung by my mother's words, I put on a brave face as the conversation sputters out on a sour note. I smile as we all say our goodbyes. Finally, I jab on the button to exit the video conference. Whoa, the way this all looks like it's made with like 3D models, and it's kind of cool. I blow out a massive sigh. What a downer ending to a birthday party. Seeking solace now, I shoot a Mad App message to Wallflower95, my closest online friend. I can't believe my mother. Why, what happened?
Girl, she practically guilt-tripped me for dumping my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, the sin of being single in my late 20s. I may as well be a shriveled old lady in my mother's eyes.
My ex was so toxic, the freaking bane of my existence. Kicking his controlling butt to the curb 2 years ago was the best decision I ever made.
Yes, men can truly be the worst.
Give me all your juicy stories about your ex-boyfriends. Want to commiserate with someone who gets it?
No ex-boyfriends, I'm afraid. My exes were women.
What? You're a lesbian? Nice. I can't believe I'm only finding out now.
Regrettably, no, not a lesbian. I'm a man, as straight as they come.
Oh my god, why did I always assume you were a girl like me? We vibed instantly when we first talked on the BTBB Pinoy forums.
Guess that's why I always saw you as the BFF I never had in my all-girls high school. I'm so sorry. No, I get it. I'm used to it. I honestly don't mind. Most people in the BTBB fandom are women, after all. This isn't the first time I've been mistaken as one. BTBB, I don't know what that is. I might know what that is, but just not know by the abbreviation.
I won't make the same mistake again, promise.
Hey, don't sweat it. If you really want to make it up to me, let me lead our next co-op mission.
You're on. I'm gonna be the best support you've ever had. I won't go rogue this time, I swear.
I'm looking forward to it.
Logging out in a bit, by the way. Gotta shop for my weekly groceries.
Today? Don't you usually go on Saturdays?
Brah, I can't wait till tomorrow. I need ice cream, my comfort food.
Ice cream is my one true way to cheer up when I'm in a foul mood. Don't judge. Huh, I'm not judging. Just take care of yourself out there.
Talk to you later.
I rise from the bread. I rise from the bread. I rise from the bed. I snatch my bag and sweep everything I need inside it. Last, but definitely not least, I retrieve my freshly laundered cloth mask. As I head for the door, I hook the elastics behind my ears, then adjust the mask so it properly covers my nose.
Okay, time to go. Oh, they actually changed the sprite.
Oh my god, it has a cute little face on it. That's adorable. As I enter the elevator to head down, I nod at the single person standing inside. The guy makes no response whatsoever. The elevator stops at a lower floor to let in an older woman. Because of the 3-person limit, there won't be any more stops. For some reason, the woman is glaring daggers at the guy, but he doesn't respond to her either. Seemingly incensed due to being ignored, the woman whips out her smartphone. She starts speaking loudly, obnoxiously. Remind me to speak to the admin of the Gold Ray apartment when I get back. I need to file a complaint. How can they allow mainland Chinese to continue living in this building? Oh, great. There's gonna be... There is gonna be things that I am certainly not equipped to be the one to talk about.
I'm telling you, the sheer irresponsibility, the incompetence.
I noticed the guy flinching while listening to these words. Feigning indifference, he takes his phone from his pocket, but his ears have flushed red. Should I speak up? If I make a big deal out of this, I may risk making the poor guy feel even more uncomfortable. Stand up for the stranger, mind my own business. She's still gonna be an asshole. Whether we mind our own business or if we stand up. I don't want to embarrass someone else, but like also people shouldn't be mean. Especially for no reason. That's right. I need to stand up for what's just. I press my phone against my ear and commence speaking loudly to absolutely no one.
Hello, is this the admin office of the Goldery apartment? I need to file a complaint. Yes, for the past 2 years I've lived here, I've had no major issues. However, the admin has been sloppy as of late. How can you permit racists and bigots to reside in this building? How irresponsible. How incompetent.
The woman freezes. Slowly, she turns toward me, her expression as sour as calamansi. With my mission of getting her to shut up accomplished, I now say a brusque goodbye into my phone. Grumbling, the woman escapes from the elevator once we reach the next floor, although that obviously wasn't her original stop. As for the guy, he simply keeps staring down at his phone. Sure, I don't expect to be thanked, but it would at least be nice to be acknowledged. Careful to abide by all the applicable health and safety protocols, I shop for my weekly necessities. Next stop, the frozen food section. I really like the way the backgrounds look in this.
Can't wait to get home and dig into some scrumptious ice cream. Yum.
On the way to the frozen food section, however, I pause to admire the juicy apples in the fruit stall. There are no other customers here, so I saunter forward to more closely examine the luscious red fruits. Just then, a pleasant voice calls my attention. I raise my head to look.
Aw, they're cute. What can I get you? Fuji apples? Red delicious?
Such wide eyes, full of soul, depth, expression. Even though I can only see half this man's face, I can tell that he's my ideal type. Who knew that such dreamboats worked here on weekdays? From now on, I should do my groceries every Friday. The stranger squints at my stupefied expression. He repeats his question. Can I get you anything? Without thinking, I blurt out a response. Your name? In apparent confusion, the stranger raises his eyebrows. Oh. Our character's dumb as heck. I love her. His voice comes out muffled due to his mask. Gray. Belatedly, I'm struck by the weirdness of my own behavior for the entirety of this interaction. I scurry away without another word. Off to the frozen food section. As I'm stacking cartons of my favorite ice cream brand in my shopping cart, my family's words reverberate around my skull. So lonely, my brother called me. So stubborn, said my mother. As infuriating as they can be, they may have a point. Maybe I am lonely. Maybe I am too stubborn. Maybe this moment is fate, and I shouldn't keep fighting it. Should I just go for it? Should I take this reckless shot at romance? Oh my gosh. If given a chance to make an absolute dumbass of myself, I am 100% taking it. Let's hit on this random person who is just trying to do their job. No, we shouldn't do that, actually. In real life, don't bother people who are trying to do their job like this. Just don't do it. Don't do it ever. I don't care how cute you think someone is. If they're working, don't bother them. Don't. It's now or never. If there's one lesson this pandemic has taught the world, it's that life is often short, often unfair. Yeah, that's putting it mildly, honey. I need to take this risk while I still can. I need to make my move. A bottle of hand sanitizer is dangling from a keychain. What the hell is that? Is dangling from a keychain on my bag. I rub the citrusy substance on my palms, 60% alcohol, as recommended by public health authorities. I then take a notepad and a ball pen from my bag. What can I say to make an impression? What should I write to the handsome stranger? You're writing something? What the hell? Homegirl, like, just say hello. Like, just talk like a person. Write something polite, not flirty. Yes, it's safest to be prim and proper. I don't want to scare him away after all. I write, good evening. I hope you don't find this too forward, but I'd love to get to know you. If this appeals to you too, please let me know. My mate app username is Marginalia. I rip the sheet from the notepad and fold it twice. I take a deep breath, then walk back to the fruit stall. Oh, honey, you're terrible at this. Upon seeing that I've returned, the handsome stranger cocks his head to the side. I'm not surprised by his bewilderment. My behavior earlier was undoubtedly bizarre. Have you decided what you want? I make a big show of slathering hand sanitizer all over my hands again. Only then do I carefully balance the folded note on top of a Honeycrisp apple. This is for you, sir. Without waiting for the stranger's reaction, I walk away once more. My heart is hammering now, loudly enough that everyone else in the grocery must hear it too. Wow, what a rush. I love how red our character's face got. I head to the cash register to pay for my items. I then go home for the night. Back home, I unwind with a carton of Rocky Road ice cream by my side. I'm playing Bubble Tea Brewer Bros, my favorite game in the world. Oh, are we gonna get mini games? Are we gonna get mini games? Oh, I guess not. As I'm watering my pixelated plants, my laptop pings. It's a new message on Mad App from Wallflower95. Before I can open the new message, another ping from my laptop alerts me. It's a message request from Chain Custard 404, a username I don't recognize. I don't think I would trust that username. Can this be who I think it is? I swallow. My throat is suddenly as dry as a desert. Taking a deep breath, I accept the request, then open the new message from Chain Custard 404. Hey, it's me from the grocery. Hey there. Of course, I wouldn't mind getting to know you. Let's be friends. We could all use a friend in the time of Corona, right? Oh, I'm glad. I was so worried I came across as a stalker earlier. I was just about to drown myself in melted ice cream in shame. Lol, don't be silly. What you did was so brave. I could never walk up to someone like that out of nowhere. You're my hero now, lol. How do you want to go about this? Been a while since I made a new friend. Me too. As you could probably tell earlier, my social skills have gone whack. Honey, why do you keep trying to eat plastic that is not for you to eat? Guess we should get the basics out of the way, huh? I'm Mara, 27 years old. I work as a freelance researcher. Nice to meet you, Mara. And you're Gray, right? Or is it Gray? Either is fine. I'm not picky about spelling. 23. I work the 2 to 10 p.m. weekday shift at the grocery. Then I work toward my master's degree in the morning, online, of course. Wow, that's super cool. That must take a lot of energy. Thanks, it does, but it's worth it for sure. I'm that rare animal who enjoys both work and study. What are you studying, if I may ask? Inclusive education. I took math in college, but volunteered for a disability org. Discovered my passion there. So even though it's stressful every day, I'm grateful to be chasing my dream. You're so lucky. As for me, I don't know if I even have a realistic dream, let alone how to go about chasing it. I just get by, work, eat, sleep, repeat unto infinity. Oh, do you hate your job? That's hard.
My research work is whatever. I don't like or dislike it. It does pay the bills, plus it allows me to make in-game purchases in BTBB. Do you play BTBB? What's that? Bubble Tea Brewer Bros. Okay. Okay, that makes everything is explained to me now. Oh my gosh. My knee has been like really, really, really hurting super bad for the last few days. It's really, really frustrating. It's pretty popular. The fandom is surprisingly active, especially for an indie game. Never heard of it. Sorry. Sadly not much of a gamer. No, it's fine. It's not like I expect everybody to enjoy or even understand my niche interests. I approached you because I was interested in getting to know you, after all. So, what do you want to know? No, wait, I have an idea. There's this cool way to skip all of the boring stuff and get real close real fast. Drinking games. Give me a few minutes, okay? Gonna message my pal who remembers this sort of stuff way better than I can. As I'm waiting, I glance up from my laptop. I'm telling myself not to freak out. Not only is Gray totally my type, but he's driven and passionate too, plus shockingly easy to talk to. Can he get any more perfect? Seriously. I haven't been to church since several Christmases ago, but I'm overcome by the sudden urge to start singing Alleluia. I'm flailing all over my bed, making squealing noises. Then an idea hits me. The best idea in the world, or the worst ever, depending on the response. Should I send Gray a selfie? People do that, right? Friends? Strangers on their way to being friends? Besides, didn't Gray himself say that he wanted to skip all the boring stuff? Doesn't he want to get really close really fast? Fluffing up my hair, I pick up my phone. Here I go. Gray seems like the playful type, so should I make him laugh? Or should I just take a regular photo without any gimmicks? Funny or basic? Something funny, I guess. I mean, it could backfire horrifically, and in fact, it probably will. But, you know what? Like, maybe we can just be friends with this kid. Yeah, if I can make my new crush laugh, then I can call tonight a victory. I scoot back in bed and grab Oliveri, my giant plush of an orange orangutan. Olivieri is a character from BTBB, which Gray doesn't know, even so that toothy smile alone will make anyone giggle, right? I position the orangutan's arm over my shoulder and mimic its goofy grin before snapping a photo. That should do it. Oh, we don't get to see it? Back on Mad App, I send the selfie to Gray, accompanied by a short message. Just me and my fur baby, striking a pose for the camera. A minute passes by before my laptop pings again. Cute! What's your fur baby's name? You got any real pets? Olivieri the orangutan, and it's just Olivieri and I over here, unfortunately. My apartment doesn't allow tenants to keep pets. Aw, that's too bad. I'd show you my kitty, but unlike your Olivieri, she's too squirmy to take a selfie with. LMAO, you can always send me a selfie with just you. Or just the cat, whichever. Maybe next time. By the way, I just realized I have a bunch of errands to do tomorrow. I gotta go to bed soon. But my pal helped me find the thingy I was looking for, so I'll send you the link once I get back home tomorrow, promise. Good night, Mara. Good night, Gray. Once Gray is logged out, I check my unread messages from Wallflower95. His first message asks whether I'm playing BTBB tonight. A subsequent message questions whether I'm down for a co-op mission. I reply that I'm currently logged into the game, except in invisible mode. Wallflower95 sends no further messages. Perhaps he's gone to bed, just like Gray. I'll get back to Wallflower95 next time. That co-op mission I promised him should be fun. It's the next day, Saturday, a lazy afternoon. Like most other weekends, in the year of our Lord and Savior 2020, I am bummed out in bed and waiting for my life to get started. I felt like that for the last 28 years. I'm checking out random TV shows, stuff I see acquaintances raving about across various social media platforms. As a particularly boring Kismet Flicks series drones on, I scroll through various group chats on my phone.
When my friends tag me in memes, I reply with laugh cry emojis. I've seen these jokes before, but it's the thought that counts. Oh my gosh, that happens to me so often. People will send me memes on, like, Facebook, and I'm like, bruh, I've already seen this 500 times on every other social media. Mad app now alerts me to a new message. It's from the one person I've been waiting all day to see online. I jolt out of my lethargic state. A smile instantly spreads over my face. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how'd your errands go today? Fine, thank you so much for asking. I'm gonna send you the link now. This is the thing I was telling you about last night. It's just gonna be like a cursed website. I click the link, which takes me to a PDF of some sort of psychological research paper. The Experimental Generation of Interpersonal Closeness, a Procedure and Some Preliminary Findings, the study is called. It's authored by Arthur and Elaine Aaron, plus 3 others. I scroll through the document and see questions somewhere near the end. 36 questions divided into 3 sets of 12. I read through a few questions. This can indeed be an interesting way to get closer to Gray. See? Task slips for closeness generating procedure? Yep, I see it. Apparently the questions ramp up in intensity as you go along. And you know what I've heard? What? At least one pair who tried this experiment ended up as a boyfriend-girlfriend afterward. Oh my. So you want to give it a shot? Why not, LMAO? Let's fall in love or something. Kidding. Nice. Quick question. Do you live somewhere close to the grocery? Super close, actually. Why do you ask? Instead of doing this cooped up online, let's take a walk. Wear your mask and let's go. Okay, good idea. Where do we meet? South exit of the grocery. I'll be there 10 minutes tops. Gray and I are now walking side by side over the streets of Ortigas. I almost can't wrap my head around it. Only yesterday, Ma was giving me grief over my miserable single life. Today, however, I have a gorgeous guy by my side, and he, by his own admission, wants to get closer to me. We may be standing 2 meters apart as mandated by public health guidelines imposed amidst the pandemic, but our hearts at least are open to proximity. We've mutually decided not to strictly abide by the rules of the psychological experiment. We're not in a laboratory or a classroom, after all. The only science we want to learn is the science of each other. Here's how we do it. You'll ask a question, any question from the list. Tell me the number and I'll answer. Then we'll switch. I'll ask a question and you'll answer. Sounds good. Who's going first? You start. Pick a question from me. I nod, then start scrolling through the questions on my phone, which I've saved via the Notes app. These questions supposedly increase in intensity, right? In that case, I should go easy on Gray, at least at first. Which question should I choose? Who would you want as a dinner guest? What would constitute as a perfect day? Dinner guest is boring, but that might be a little, whatever. Question number 4. Using his own phone, Gray reads the question out loud. Then he continues speaking without even pausing to think. You already know what I'm about to answer, don't you? No. That's why I'm asking. What would be a perfect day for me? I don't even have to think so hard. Today's a good benchmark, I'd say. Today? Really? Sure, I got all my errands and chores done, and now I'm taking a leisurely walk with a pretty lady by my side. Oh, wow. Good thing I'm wearing my trusty mask, or else the violent red of my blush would instantly give me away. Okay, my turn. You have to answer question number 31. How did I know that he was going to just, we'll ask number, 4, and he asks number 86? 31 of 36 questions? I went out of my way to go easy on Gray, but he sure wants to dig deep as possible. Scrolling to the chosen question, I clear my throat, then read it out loud. Tell your partner something that you like about them already. Oh boy, should I praise Gray's pretty face, his subtly melodic voice, his towering height? No, I should go deeper than all that. I like that you went for a question like that right off the bat. I admire that part of you. And which part of me is that exactly? Can you describe it a little more? It's the part of you that goes straight for what you want without holding back.
Indeed. We have that in common, don't we? Aw, he's blushing! His gaze is something else. It's so unbearably intense that I have to look away first. I've got an excuse to avert my eyes, at least. I have to pick my next question. Perhaps it's time to amp it up. This experiment is designed to generate closeness, after all. I should pick something from the second set, from questions between 13 to 24. But which one? I thought of something funnier than 24. What is your most terrible memory? What is your most treasured memory? I'm not sure that he would really appreciate us asking about terrible memories when we're trying to have, like, a good time. But also, possibly if we're like, oh, what's a good thing that happened to you? He'll be like, tell me about your first time experiencing death. Question number 17. My most treasured memory? Oh, that's a good one. Gray takes a few minutes to think about this. By the time we've reached the park, the sun has started to set. Gray sits on a swing. I notice that he's cautious not to touch anything with his hands. To be honest, the answer came immediately to mind, but I kept trying to push it away and think of something else. I can't keep denying it, though. I really only have one answer to that question. My most treasured memory is the day my ex-boyfriend first told me he loved me. It didn't end well between us, needless to say. I haven't been with anyone else since we broke up. But that first day, those first few months, they were great. My ex was the sweetest, or at least he used to be. He put the honey in honeymoon phase. I remain quiet, absorbing the information. When I speak again, I'm careful to sound cheerful, casual even. You mean you're bisexual then? Cool, I'm the same way. I mean, I've only dated men in the past, but I've had countless crushes on women. I mean, who hasn't? And that's when he's just gonna be like, no, I'm gay. Gray just looks at me. He doesn't say anything. After a minute of excruciating silence, Gray gets up from the swing and we continue walking. We resume walking. Once we've come upon a practically deserted street, I finally summon the courage to speak up. Are you rejecting me because you're only attracted to men? Is that what you're trying to tell me with your silence? Gray stops dead in his tracks. No, that's not what I'm trying to tell you at all. Actually, I'm not even human. We're in exactly the same boat. I've only been with men in the past, but I've fallen for women as well. I'm glad you're bi too, just like I am, don't get me wrong. But there's something you should know, something I should have brought up last night. No, I know. He is an alien. He's a gray alien. That's why he's got that name. I was curious to see how it would play out, I admit, so I didn't tell you, even though I should have. Standing 2 meters away from me, he now lowers his mask. I stare at Gray's fully exposed face for the first time. The wheels have started spinning in my skull. He's cute as hell! Once recognition has blatantly dawned on me, Gray snugly repositions the mask. Gray then speaks, voice muffled once more. You misheard me when I told you my name. I said Grace, not Gray. I realized right away that you mistook me as a man, but when would be the right time to correct your misconception? Oh my gosh. That's adorable. They're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll be a man if you think I'm a man. I was uncertain about the timing. Before I knew it, I was playing along, pretending to be who you wanted me to be. I'm sorry. Regardless of my reasons, I lied. I shouldn't have done that. Not knowing what to say, I keep walking. I hear footsteps behind me as Gray shadows me. No, not Gray. Grace. The Grace alien. I repeat the correct name in my head over and over as I attempt to grow accustomed to it. Night has fallen by the time my apartment building comes into view. I turn back to Grace now. She looks at me expectantly. What should I say? Should I tell Grace that this was all just a mistake? Or can we move past this after all? Okay. She's cute as hell.
and I say we go for it. I take a deep breath before saying what I want to say. Listen, Grace, we can move past this. We don't have to let our mistakes get in the way of this good thing between us. Maybe you were wrong for lying to me, but I was also wrong for misgendering you. You've apologized, and I have to apologize too. I'm sorry for putting you in that weird position in the first place. Grace shakes her head. It was obviously an honest mistake on your part. I'm sorry for not correcting you right away. Are we good now? We're good. There's a brief pause as we settle into the renewed peace between us. Hey, you know what I can't stop thinking about? The worst part? What's the worst part? This is the second time in 2 days that I've gotten someone's gender wrong. I'm telling you, it takes a special class of tactlessness to make the same mistake twice in words that I'm not even reading properly. I'm telling you, it takes a special class of tactlessness to make the same type of mistake in close succession. Lock me up in gender jail until I've truly learned my lesson, I beg of you. Grace snickers at this. No, we can't have that. I'll take the witness stand for you. I'll bail you out. Grace asks whether she can walk me to the entrance of my apartment building, and I say sure. Ah, yes. Back in my apartment once more. After a quick but thorough bath, the turbulence of today's events instantly send me to bed. Aw, our character is such a sweet dumbass. I love that we're getting just a lot of sweet, loving idiots as the characters that we are playing. It's great. Hair still somewhat damp, I succumb to slumber. When morning comes, I pulse with the infinite current of possibilities. Yesterday, these possibilities seem to unfold before my eyes, to electrify my veins. I pick up my laptop so that I can log into MadApp. There are new messages from Grace. Heart in my mouth, I start to read them. Good morning, Mara. Are you up for continuing to yesterday's experiment? Wasn't it my turn next? Chose an easy one for you this time. If we're gonna do this right, maybe we should take it slow, huh? Number 2. Would you like to be famous? And if yes, in what way? Smiling from ear to ear, I stretch my fingers and get ready to type. Okay, maybe my fantasy of being a world-famous BTBB pro gamer is bonkers, but hey, a dream's a dream. Even if it's unrealistic, it serves as a private source of comfort. Grace is a dreamer too, so I think she'll get it. When I finish typing out my answer, it's several paragraphs long. Grace responds a mere minute after I've sent my reply. Oh, so she just did not read it. No way she read it. Ow. You should totally do it. I'll back you up all the way. LMAO, thanks, I guess. Programmers are more financially secure in recent years, or so I've heard, so don't give up. Aw, you're the sweetest. Oh, looky here. You'll just love the question I've picked for you to answer. Bring it on. Number 7. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? Now that's exactly the cheerful kind of thing I want to talk about on a Sunday morning. I warned you. Grace and I go back and forth this way for the rest of the day. As it turns out, 36 questions are a lot to go through, even divided between us. It takes time to grant each question its due consideration. Fortunately for us, time is something we're mutually willing to share. Ending 2. Trading answers. Sharing time. Aww. That was another short one. All of these games are hella short. But that was cute. That was adorable. That was adorable as hell. Even like the extras menu. Ooh. Extras. CG gallery, music room, endings. Oh, do we know? Oh, there's so many endings.
We just have the computer. Oh. Aww. Okay. That's pretty cute. Oh man. I almost do want to like go through and find more endings, but that might be for a different time. For now, I will say farewell because this has been a time. So farewell and good night, jelly beans.